Hello guys, this is Red from Red's Third Dimension Gaming, and today I'm bringing you a review on Stranger of Sword City for the PlayStation Vita and Xbox One. This brand new IP has finally hit the PlayStation Vita and Xbox One. Xbox One for some reason a month before the PlayStation Vita version. I have no idea why that is, but PlayStation Vita version is being published by NIS America, and the Xbox One version was developed and published by Experience. This is another dungeon crawler RPG that pits players into darkness as they must maneuver their way out of the depths of the labyrinths. And what NIS America and Experience have created is a fun and interesting new dungeon crawler. In this dark fantasy world, you crash land through a strange portal. Awakening as the sole survivor, you find out from a mysterious being that you are in the land of Escario, the city of swords. Also, you quickly find out that you are the chosen one, Stranger of Sword City, hence the name. In this land that you must traverse, you will find yourself killing monsters and choosing alliances. As you search for a way back home, you must overcome all the monsters, dragons, and loot that the game throws at you. Coming from the same creators of Demon Gaze and absolutely hating that gameplay, Stranger of Sword City does something different. You must avoid traps, permadeath, and life point elements in order to survive this world. The gameplay has been infused with the new ambush system, which will challenge you to decide how much risk you are willing to take in order to obtain the best loot. In Stranger of Sword City, players can compete with your friends with the online leaderboards, but something that could be added in the future titles from the developers would be to add cooperative gameplay elements to the game. I know a leaderboard might be groundbreaking in their books, but it's really not. A lot of games have done this and it's nothing new. Cooperative gameplay in a dungeon crawler could be something new and fantastic if it's done right. So that's just a suggestion I would put in for the next game or next dungeon crawler they attempt to make. The game also has an easy to learn leveling up system. There is also a set difficulty meter before you start a new game, which can help players adjust to the hardcore style of gameplay. This game's setup is much better and easier to manage than Demon Gaze. This allows for more enjoyment within the game. At the beginning of Stranger of Sword City, players are required to create a character. You can change the character's artwork, name, nickname, and the nickname is the one that is shown throughout the whole game. Your name pretty much means nothing. Stats, class, and more. The biggest negative I had with this section is the lack of customization features to your character and the randomized bonus stats. And before you say, oh, you just said it, you can do this, and this. No, what I mean is the artwork part of it. I wish you could change the hair color, change the hairstyle, change like everything about them and make it your own unique character, not just set artwork. Although the artwork is nice looking. The game will give you bonus stats based on your character's age. You must play a randomized numbers game in order to get that bonus. You may get extra 3 points or maybe 11 if you're lucky. And then you have to keep randomizing and rolling the dice until you get what you want. Unless you just decide, oh, I'll just take 3 or 4 points. And this feature will take you a good half an hour to an hour, depending on if you accidentally keep hitting re-roll. If you re-roll it and then you accidentally re-rolled off of a 12 or something, then that's a lot of bonus points you might not get back within another hour or so. So if you ever happen to get 10, just be happy with it. 7's even a good number, which I think is what I went off of. That's a good number to go off. Just keep them, and I just don't even like that feature at all. I wish they would have just taken it out and say you're 20, you get the 2 life meter bars, or if you're 100, you get 3 or something, and then you get less stats. I don't know. It could have been made a lot better. Anytime that you're in the Strangers Guild, you can also create any type of character you want. These characters work the same as the very beginning when you are creating your initial character. However, the difference here is that you can change their race to whatever you want it to be. At the beginning of the game, you can only choose human race. For some reason, that's the only one they let me do. I don't know if you change the difficulty. I had it on the easier difficulty because I wanted to get through the game easier. So maybe that's the reason why, but it's really lame that you can only choose human race There's some confusion that may take place here if you are used to playing Japanese games, having the circle and the cross button reversed. Well, this game had a minor problem with telling me to press circle to continue, but the American version of the game actually did the reverse in the controls to fit the North American control standards. So if you hit circle, you will actually be going backwards instead of forward, but the game tells you to press circle to continue. So it's a minor little issue. Finally, the graphics of the game are average at best. During gameplay, the dungeons look bland and uninviting. The characters look good, but could use some high definition contrast added to them. And I can easily add this to my videos, which I do on some of these Vita games. So my videos will actually look better than what the actual game looks like. The game could just use some improved graphics and detailing to the graphics. The event scenes are good to watch for a little while, but the lack of voices throughout majority of the game can make a player have a need for more. There is also no English voices, so the lack of Japanese voice actors had nothing to do with translating, so you can't blame that. I just wish there was something more to immerse me, because some of the game has it, and then majority of the game doesn't have anything at all. It's not because of the translation. One more cool little design element they added to the game was you can choose between having the original character illustrations by the one artist, I can't say their name at all, I might put it in the description below or in a comment, or you can have newer character illustrations, which there are two different types of portraits. One's called normal and the other is silhouette, and the visuals are called type A and type B. And if you guys can figure out the names of these guys, you can write them below if I forget to do that. But yeah, you can choose between the two different illustrators, which I think that's neat. You have a choice between the two, if you like those illustrations better or if you like these ones. So overall, the game has fun gameplay mechanics, but has flaws here and there. The graphics for Stranger of Sword City could be improved, but look decent enough. Storyline content for the game is also ordinary and nothing spectacular. I've seen a similar story in different movies and games before. It's nothing new, it's just ordinary. It's not really original. And some of my viewers even said that the name Strangers Guild is kind of weird. So yeah, I do agree with them on that, like Stranger Danger, and then some wrote all these little comments about it. But yeah, it could have had a different name, like you say Stranger of Sword City, yeah, you're the stranger and stuff. You didn't have to have a Strangers Guild, and they could have changed some of that up and made it sound a little more cool and a little more original and not as bland sounding. So I give this game a 7 out of 10. It's a fun game to play through, but has some mildly boring characters with hardly any voice acting. Stranger of Sword City also has a lot of little flaws, and all these little flaws add up to take off some points there. So overall, it's an average dungeon crawler. It's fun, it's not the best, but the gameplay is solid. So thank you guys for watching. If you like to buy the game and also like to help support my channel, don't forget to use the Amazon link below. If you'd like to read the full written review, you can use the link to my blog below. Also follow me on Facebook and on Twitter. Thank you guys for watching. Don't forget to thumbs up, comment below, and subscribe. And I will have a code here for an extra copy of the game. First come, first serve, if you actually watch the whole review. Because any other time I try to give out an extra code because they accidentally sent me one or they sent me one on purpose to give out, no one messages me back, and I just end up giving it to one of my friends, and they never played the games ever that I sent them, so there's no point in giving it to them. I might as well give it to a subscriber. But if I'm going to have to message a subscriber, there's no point in messaging a subscriber if every time I do, they never get back to me. I say, hey, you won, and then I'm going to send you the code and stuff. They never say anything back, so it's like, okay, then I'll try with another person. And I try it like 3 times. They don't get back to me, so I just end up giving it to a friend. So yeah, here will be the code. See ya.